To win the fantasy football game, it is generally important to be informed of the first team selections of each club, taking into account the player's form, their price, the club they play for, and their overall quality. Or maybe it's just plain luck, no skill involved. In most situations, a fantasy player will have to balance out these factors as best as they can, working with whatever resources they have available to them. Which is why I'm a stingy bugger and I like to find the best of both worlds. And I'm here to help you do the same, looking out for which players of Euro 2016 fantasy football offer a budget-friendly price whilst getting some first team action. Here I will be featuring a short list of recommended players in each 4 categories that are kindly priced compared to other options in their team and have a strong chance of making the first team, or already are in the first team. Anyway, these are my budget picks for the Euro 2016 fantasy football competition. For the goalkeepers, my number 1 pick for a cheaper alternative is Spain's David De Gea. Should the likely chance of Casillas starting on the bench go as predicted, De Gea will spare a valuable €1 million for your team, while still providing a strong chance for clean sheets and the possibility of save points to bolster his appeal. And out of all the goalkeepers who play for the main competing teams, De Gea is the cheapest out of all of them at 5.5. However, you might want to make sure you have an extra €500,000 or so tucked away in your budget so you can replace him in case Spain go out before their competing teams do. Here are some of the honourable mentions. For the defenders, there are certainly a few honourable mentions to be had here. A few people already have places for them in their team, in fact. But my personal budget pick for a defender is Eliaquim Mangala. The Manchester City centre-back is now most likely to start with Koscielny for France with the recent Euro pullout of Raphael Varane with a hamstring injury. Mangala has made an average of 3 interceptions and 5 clearances per game for his club this season, proving he's not complete deadweight. He is also part of a defence that is still pretty strong, because, Varane is clearly the most important part of their defence. So if you're willing to be bold and save an extra €0.5 million, Mangala looks like a decent cheaper alternative that still promises a good run from the host country. Next we have the midfielders, and needless to say there are a few good budget options in the position this year. My personal budget pick for a midfielder, however, is Cesc Fabregas of Spain. The versatile playmaker has featured in 6 of Spain's 10 qualifying games spanning over nearly 2 years. Despite only notching in 1 assist in those games, Cesc Fabregas stands a good chance of starting in Del Bosque's first team, most likely as a centre mid alongside Sergio Busquets and Andres Iniesta. He is also generally described as a more influential player in the centre of midfield as well, so he is likely to play better in that position, of course. With a kind of price tag than David Silva or Andres Iniesta, and the potential for creating chances, Fabregas stands as a solid cheap alternative to his teammates, and given Spain's spread of goals creators, he is just as likely to provide great value in my opinion. Now we come to the role of forwards, and there are a few usefully priced strikers available this tournament. I've learned to live with my regrets playing this game. These are my honourable mentions. My budget pick for a striker, however, is England and Tottenham forward Harry Kane. Indeed, coming from an Arsenal fan, Kane's credibility to this England squad can't be ignored in my eyes. We certainly had no regrets when we rejected him from the academy. Kane holds the Barclays Premier League Golden Boot for 2 years running now. He is quick, strong, is a long-distance shooter, and is a great finisher. He also possesses an ability which is actually quite rare in the modern football landscape for strikers. That being intelligent movement off the ball. Part of the reason why Kane is the top goalscorer is because of his ability to sense chances, stretching defences' lines, and looking for passes, therefore making it easier to find the net. If England are going to push for the trophy in France this year, they will certainly need Kane's goals. His energy, desire, and England's decent opening group stage makes Kane a potential bargain for this competition. But not for his team, which I've been doing for this whole video, but now not for England. It's cheaper than Rooney, right? So those are some of my alternative, cheaper choices that are heavily involved in the first team in case you may be having trouble spreading your budget across your squad. Thank you again for watching my video. I hope I was able to inform/entertain you and try be as stingy as possible in getting the best out of your team. Just don't make sure it looks like this.